Human society is plagued by countless issues. Today I want to talk about the basic process of identifying and addressing issues. Firstly, I want to divide issues into a number of categories. Social issues, environmental issues, political issues, legal issues, and economic issues are some prime examples of categories of issue. Now I will give an example of a specific issue that falls into each category to give you an idea of what each category represents. An example of a social issue is the expectation society holds people to based on their gender. An example of an environmental issue is global warming. An example of a political issue is the question of representative or direct democracy. An example of a legal issue is the debate over whether or not abortion should be legal. An example of an economic issue is an economic depression or recession. It is important to remember there is a significant amount of crossover between some of these issues. Social issues can inform laws, and legal issues can lead to social issues, for example. Legal issues can also lead to economic issues and environmental issues. These are some useful categories of types of issue. How do we diagnose issues? If we are to solve issues, they must first be diagnosed. This is the foundation of solving issues, and it is very important. Philosophy is important here, as it helps us understand what reality is and what it ought to be. The philosophical fields of ethics and logic are particularly important for both finding issues and deciding how we should go about dealing with them. Once we have diagnosed an issue and decided how we will solve it, we must make these ideas a reality. This is when politics and social change comes in. Politics is all about power over society. That power can be used to change the very shape of government, addressing political issues. That power can be used to write laws which can address legal issues, environmental issues, social issues, and economic issues. It can also be used as a platform of influence to help usher in social change, ending the existence of various social issues. On the more decentralized side, activism and cultural progress can be utilized to lead to social change, which can solve some social issues, environmental issues, and economic issues. Sometimes we may not try to solve issues in a complete sense, but instead engage in harm reduction when possible until such a thing can be achieved. Both harm reduction and actual change are generally good and should be pursued. It could be said that with some issues, harm reduction style measures on their own can mitigate the negatives enough to remove the necessity of a complete solution. This is an incredibly basic summary of issues in society and how they are to be diagnosed and solved. The most important thing is making sure that movements for change get support and to keep rationality and morality at their core.